The story begins with a boy named Roger returning home after his school holidays. A beautiful woman, referred to as his wife in the recounting, likely a mistranslation or playful term for an attractive female figure, drops him off. Upon seeing her, Roger becomes extremely aroused and happy, to the point that he wets his pants. When he arrives home, he greets his mother, but she immediately notices his wet pants. Inside the house, he also meets his sister, who then takes him to explore the nearby woods, described as a jungle-like area. In the woods, Roger unexpectedly encounters the same attractive woman again. When she faces some kind of emergency, he panics and starts running away, but slips and falls. While there, he hears strange noises from the jungle. Investigating, he discovers the woman engaged in an intimate, romantic encounter with another man. Shocked by this infidelity, Roger quickly returns home. Back at the house, he hears more suspicious sounds. Peeking out the door, he sees the woman partially undressed in her room, once again being intimate with someone. That night, as Roger goes to sleep in his sister's room, she casually mentions that their aunt, who lives in the house, is still a virgin. The next morning, his sister takes him back to the woods. His attention is drawn to a spot where women come to bathe. One by one, 3 female servants arrive and begin bathing. They notice him watching and make provocative, teasing gestures. Roger tries to get a closer look, but one of the servants spots him and angrily tells him to leave right away. He then runs into his sister, who asks where he's been all this time. Next, his sister takes him to a nearby church and up to the roof for a better view. From there, they overhear their aunt confessing to the priest that ever since Roger arrived, she's developed strong feelings for him and wants to spend every night with him. Roger is stunned by this revelation. Curious, he leans in for a closer look at his aunt but loses his balance, falls, and ends up hanging upside down in front of the priest. The priest catches him and complains to Roger's mother. When asked about punishment, the priest suggests whipping him 100 times, possibly a misremembered or exaggerated detail for corporal punishment like lashes. His wife and sister watch the whole scene. Later that night, Roger sleeps with his sister again, but spots the attractive woman outside being intimate with someone once more. He tries to identify the man but can't see his face clearly. When a maid enters the room, Roger asks her about the person who's always doing this. The maid mysteriously replies that it's a secret, shared by everyone in the house, and then leaves. Soon after, Roger finds an enchanting storybook and starts reading it. A maid arrives to feed the chickens, but another maid locks the door from inside and begins an intimate encounter with her right there. The next day, Roger invites a maid to his room and tries to touch her sexually. But when another maid approaches, he panics and runs away, achieving nothing. On his way home, he encounters another maid alone. He approaches her from behind and makes advances. She initially resists, but eventually consents, and they become intimate. The following day, all the men of the household leave for work. Roger takes advantage of the opportunity and goes to a maid's room, where they have sex. That night, Roger waits eagerly for his aunt. When she finally arrives, they talk for a long time. He mentions that she's still a virgin and offers to help her with that. She refuses at first, but after his persistence, she agrees and they become intimate. A short while later, a woman named Helen arrives, and Roger seizes the opportunity to become intimate with her as well. The next day, Roger visits a place or woman named Esteban to satisfy his desires further, where he seduces and has a physical relationship with Elisa. By this point, it's clear that Roger has been sexually involved with nearly every woman in the household. Eventually, he escalates to inviting multiple girls to his room at once for group encounters. Sometime later, Elisa tells Roger she's pregnant. He's upset by the news. The next day, another maid informs him that she's pregnant too. Then his aunt arrives with the same revelation. It becomes evident that every woman Roger has been intimate with ends up pregnant by him. Finally, Roger's school holidays come to an end, and he prepares to return to school. Just before leaving, yet another girl approaches him and announces that she's pregnant with his child. Roger is even more shocked. In the end, Roger leaves all the pregnant women behind and heads back to school. Concluding the story,